Have you ever wondered who controls the mind? Is it you, or does the mind control you? A fascinating thought, isn't it? You see, our minds are incredibly powerful, capable of creating intricate realities and shaping our perception of the world. But here's the catch. Often our minds tend to gravitate towards negative thoughts. The pessimistic voices seem to shout louder, don't they? And these negative thoughts, they can be quite a nuisance, can't they? They can impact our mood, our actions, and ultimately our mental well-being. But what if we told you that you have the power to control these thoughts? Yes, that's right. You can control your mind, not the other way around. However, this control doesn't come easily. It requires practice, patience, and most importantly, awareness. So, remember, the first step to controlling the mind is to be aware of your thoughts. Awareness is the key to controlling your mind. Now, you might be wondering, what does that even mean? Well, it's quite simple. Awareness is the act of being conscious of your thoughts. It's like being the observer of your own mind. And why is this important, you might ask? Because without awareness, it's incredibly difficult to identify or change negative thought patterns. Let's take a moment to understand this better. Imagine your mind as a garden. The thoughts are the seeds. Some seeds grow into beautiful flowers while others grow into thorny weeds. Now, if you're not aware of the seeds you're planting, your garden might end up overrun with weeds. So, awareness is essentially the gardener of your mind, helping you identify and remove the weeds, making room for flowers to bloom. But how do we control these negative thoughts? Let's delve into the steps. To control our mind, we must first learn to shift our thought pattern. As we journey along the path of mental mastery, one of the first steps is to recognize the presence of negative thoughts. Once identified, we can then consciously replace them with positive, wholesome thoughts. Imagine a negative thought as a dark cloud, and the positive thought as a ray of sunshine, dispersing the cloud, illuminating our mental sky. A helpful tip is to recall past good deeds or happy memories. These serve as anchors, helping us shift our mindset from negativity to positivity, like a ship changing course in mid-ocean. The next step is to think about the disadvantages of negative thoughts. Consider the harmful effects these thoughts can have on yourself and others around you. Understand that acting on these thoughts can lead to destructive outcomes. It's like feeding a stray cat. The more you feed it, the more it will return. Similarly, the more we dwell on negative thoughts, the stronger they become. Which brings us to the next strategy. Pay no mind, pay no attention. This isn't about denial, but about not giving too much attention to negative thoughts. Let the thought be just a thought, and over time it will fade, much like an unattended fire eventually burns out. Now let's talk about relaxing your thought process. Negative thoughts can make the mind busy and distracted. We can shift to softer, positive thoughts like gratitude, love, and compassion. Imagine your mind as a garden, and each thought as a seed. The more seeds of love and gratitude you plant, the more beautiful your garden becomes. Finally, crush your thoughts with awareness. With strong determination and awareness, decide not to entertain negative thoughts. This step requires experience and should be approached with caution. It's like taming a wild horse. It requires skill, patience, and most importantly, time. While these steps will help, remember that controlling the mind is a continuous practice. Hey, while we're talking about controlling thoughts, here's a playful one for you. Picture this: a big shiny subscribe button floating around in your mind. Can you see it? Good. Now let's translate that image into action. Go ahead, give that actual subscribe button below a firm click. It's a fun, practical way to apply what we're learning, wouldn't you agree? So come on, make that playful thought a reality. Let's continue with the steps to control your mind. Controlling the mind doesn't happen overnight. A fundamental truth that's worth repeating. Like a skillful gardener tending to a garden, you too must cultivate the landscape of your mind with patience and care. The seeds of awareness must be sown and the weeds of negativity must be pulled out diligently. Remember, the journey begins with awareness. Be an observer, a silent watcher of your thoughts. Learn to recognize when negativity starts to creep in and swiftly replace it with positivity. Don't be disheartened if it feels difficult at first. Like any new habit, it requires practice. Recall the power of shifting your thought pattern. Harness the ability to replace ominous clouds of negativity with the radiant sunshine of positive thoughts. Reflect on the harmful effects of negative thoughts, not just on you, but also on those around you. Understand that acting on these thoughts can lead to destructive outcomes. Avoid dwelling on negative thoughts. Let it be just a thought and watch it fade over time. Relax your thought process. Invite softer, positive thoughts of gratitude, love, and compassion. And finally, with strong determination, decide not to entertain negative thoughts. Crush them with the power of your awareness. Remember, this is a continuous practice. It's like a muscle that needs consistent exercise to become stronger. Each day, make a conscious effort to control your mind, to steer it away from the path of negativity. With consistent effort, you'll master your mind, making it free from negative thoughts. Enjoyed this? Well, get ready to level up. We've explored the depths of our minds and learned how to tame the wild thoughts that sometimes take over. But our journey doesn't end here. Next time, we're stepping out of the confines of our minds and into the world around us. We'll be addressing a topic that's just as important, if not more so: how to masterfully handle toxic people. We all come across individuals who drain our energy, spread negativity, and challenge our patience. And while we can't always avoid these people, we can learn to interact with them in a way that safeguards our peace and positivity. We'll provide you with effective strategies, practical tips, and enlightening insights that will empower you to handle toxic individuals with grace, strength, and most importantly, control. So buckle up, because this journey is about to get even more exciting. Stay tuned for our next video on how to masterfully handle toxic people. Trust us, it's a game changer.